California, who's at a party? Hello friends, welcome back, or welcome if you're new. Today we're going to talk about stuff that other YouTubers made me buy, and this was fun to look back and see who had influence on me the most. There are definitely a few of you who have influenced me a lot more than others, but yeah, we're just gonna go through. I'm gonna do a full face of YouTubers who made me buy it. I hope you'll stick around. I hope you'll hit subscribe. Make sure you hit the like button. It helps me so much. And yeah, let's get into it. You already know this. I'm not going to go too much into it, but the NYX Lift and Snatch brow pencil. I use two different colors just to give me more dimension because I have no eyebrows. I put a pencil on, but yeah, so this I purchased because of Alexandra Anel, and she talked about how this was more of a tint, not a harsh pen, which I need because, again, I have no brows, so I'm trying to make them look natural. And this has been a holy grail. So if you're looking for one and you haven't seen any of my other videos, I actually have an entire brow tutorial for people with no eyebrows that I will link up here, one of these sides in the cards. I don't need to say much more. Y'all already know this is a can't live without product. Next up is kind of an OG product that I never really, I don't know. I like a eyeshadow base with some coverage because I do have some freckles on my eyes and a couple of veins. You can see capillaries, but I kept seeing Alex the Alchemist, and I'll put her channel here. I love Alex. I love her channel. She does some great commentary, but she does some beautiful makeup looks. And she was always using the NYX HD eyeshadow base. And this is a very old product, but I had never tried it. So I wanted to give it a go and pick this up because of Alex. And I really like it. If you're looking for a dupe for the Urban Decay, this is wonderful, and it really punches up the saturation on color. So yeah, I'm gonna put this on and then we'll talk about our eyeshadows. Okay, up next I have two eyeshadow palettes. And the first is of course, Lethal is Dead. And the YouTuber that made me buy this, of course, is the beautiful Teresa is Dead. I was so excited for her when this came out. I had never tried Lethal before, so Teresa is definitely the reason I picked this up, and I am in love with the Lethal formula. It's so pigmented, but blendable. This was just the coolest color story. I love it. If you have never tried Lethal, this is just amazing. I love the shimmers. I also have a review of this palette. I will put it up here in the cards. The shimmers are so lovely, but I will not be using these today, so I'm going to use the mattes because I have another palette and another YouTuber. So I'm going to throw on this Body Snatched using a Sigma E25. I'm just creating the shape I want. Taking a Rephr 01, I'm going to go in with Creature Feature. And just buffing out that line. These Lethal mattes are just so easy to work with. And a final time with Body Snatch just to blend that out. Morphe 506 Predator. Continuing up with the shape. And that is it. Okay, up next is the Adept Plain Jane palette. It's dirty because it's well loved, but I had heard Audra at Home talk about Adept, as well as Emily Han, but we'll get to her. But Audra had talked about this. She has awesome video where she's demoing it on her beautiful eyes. But yeah, I took her advice and picked this up, and this is probably one of my favorite palettes of this past year. I have been enjoying it. It's just, oh, the beautiful duochromes, the multi-chromes. Look at that. It's just, it's wet looking. The shifts are so beautiful. I don't own anything like it. They are also magnetic, so they can be removed really easily and put into a different palette. So I've been loving these. I'm gonna grab some NYX glitter glue and just kind of cut my crease, and I'll show you. The ACI 9, this beautiful green. A Refer 28. ACI 8. So I'm super happy that Teresa came out with this and that Audra recommended this, because they've just been two of my favorite palettes this year. And we will come back to those. Next up is a foundation. I like watching Taylor Wynn's Foundation Fridays because she and I have very similar needs. So I take her foundation recommendations very seriously because they always work out for me. And when this came out, she really loved it. This is the Kokie Full Color Foundation. I have the shade 10C. I had been on the fence about it, but then I got a little sample in my Ipsy. I tried it, fell in love with it, should have known, but Taylor is the reason that I purchased this. It's a beautiful glass bottle. You get the standard 1 fluid ounce. It's made in Italy, and I'm going to use my favorite foundation brush of all time, the AOA High Def High Def F7. This comes with this High Def concealer brush. This is $2. $2, and I like this as much as $30 brushes I have. It does not at all take a lot. I like this because, as you can see, it's a perfect match for me. It's a true neutral undertone. It smooths out. I should have covered that. Let me cover that real quick. On a side note, the NARS Soft Matte is also one that I purchased because of Teresa. I use this as an eye base, and it's one of my favorites. Okay, things aren't gonna look great over that, but that's okay. I just want to cover the redness. So I'm gonna do one side of my face with one pass, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like. It does have a scent, and it actually smells like a watermelon Jolly Rancher. So if you don't like a scent, you may not like this, but to me it's very pleasant. Let's take my beauty blender, and this is what it looks like. It is full, I would say it's high coverage, but it is not at all cakey. It just looks like a beautiful demi matte. It's not super matte, it's not super drying, just kind of a soft, blurring foundation. As you can see, one pass covers pretty much everything. So, okay, I added a little setting spray just to smooth things out. It helps things last. If you guys would like a tips and tricks, makeup artist tips and tricks, let me know, especially for mature skin. I would love to do that. It might be all things you've heard before, but if you'd like to see that, let me know. But up next, I have a concealer. And because I am combo, I tend to shy away from glowy products because usually that means greasy, or it means I will end up being greasy. So I never gave this a chance. But from Yuki and from Brittany Vaughn, they use this and they love this. They're two of my favorites. So I thought and Brittany's known for a true crime, but she can beat a face. But Yuki's one of my favorites. She's like an OG that I've followed forever, years. And she recommended this. She's also a nurse, so if this will last on her for a 12-hour shift, I was down to try it. And that's the NYX Born to Glow Concealer. And I recently picked this up because of those two, and it's amazing. It has one of these tips, kind of like the Maybelline Age Rewind. It is very, very thin. Smooth. I got one that's brightening. I'm using the shade Alabaster, I believe. But yeah, covers redness really, really well. Everything creases on me, so I'm not worried about creasing, but I like the way it sits. It's not cakey. Sits on my pores really well. If you do like the Maybelline Age Rewind, but you feel like it might not be enough coverage for you, it's like a better version of that. And like I said, it sits really well on fine lines. I'm gonna finish this up and we'll move on to powder. Next up is a product I reviewed in my full face of SheGlam, and I picked this up because of Manny MUA. This is the SheGlam Insta Ready Eye Setting Duo Powder. It's got an under eye powder in the top, and then an all over face powder in the bottom. And this is in translucent, but they do have other shades. I've been enjoying this. I've actually got a little dent in the middle. I'll show you how I use it. I'm going to just put a little setting spray on my sponge and smooth out my under eyes. I'm going to use a Beau Gachis tapered highlighter. Affiliate link in the box below. So I've smoothed that out. I just take a little on the brush and set. It is very thin, which I like. Just very nice. I find that a lot of times when I try to set my under eyes with other powders, they'll get dark. They oxidize really bad under the eye. And I really feel like it is truly no color. It doesn't look white, but it does brighten and it does set really, really well. And I've just really been enjoying this one. I'm gonna go ahead and set the rest of my face. Okay, so we are set. Next up is a product, I've already mentioned her, Taylor Wynn. She did a Yes Style haul and she picked up the Misha Cotton Contour. This reminds me so much of the Kevin Aquan contour, and it's way, way cheaper. And I will put prices on the screen, but this is the most perfect contour color for somebody who is fair. I'm going to use another Beau Gachis. This is their contour brush, natural hair. And I'm just going to hit all the places that I would normally contour. It's such a smooth powder. It's never patchy. It's so beautiful. Contour this 5 head. It's looking a little warmer than normal on the screen, but in person, it's just the perfect mix of cool and warm, if that makes sense. It's just very neutral. Let me get this double chin, get this schnoz. One of my most favorite contours I have ever purchased. Hi, Bowie. Hello. Oh, you're my favorite is Bowie. My favorite is Bowie. No lickies. No lickies. Say hello. So next up, he requires attention. You require attention. So next up is bronzer. And this had so much hype in like, I don't know, 2017, 2018. And I never purchased it. But after seeing Raw Beauty Christie just go on and on and on about Marc Jacobs Fantastic, I had to check it out for myself. And I actually purchased the wrong one in the beginning. So can I put you down now? Thank you. So I first picked up Tantric, which is this color. And I think it is supposed to be for my skin tone. It's lighter than the one she talked about, but this is Tantric. It is the top shade. And then the one on bottom is the one she always talked about, which was Tantastic. And I actually found it in a smaller version because am I ever going to go through this? Probably not. But this was the shade that she talked about. And this is Tantastic. And it really, truly is such a great bronzer. I have loved it. I have used it. And there's still no signs of me hitting pan on it yet. Like the cotton contour, it's just so smooth and beautiful. It's just the perfect amount of warmth when I'm looking a little tail.
Hi.
Hey, I'm filming.
Oh, I'll let you go.
Okay, I'll call you back.
Oh, okay.
All right. Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
So as you can see, it just adds the perfect amount of warmth. Yeah, this was a Robbie DeChristie made me buy it. So next up is a product that I was going to buy on my own and did, but the one who finally sold me on it was Juicy Jazz, and that is the e.l.f. Putty Blush. She kept raving and raving and raving, and yeah, she finally sold me on it. This is the shade Bahamas, and I see a lot of people talking about how the names are not on these. The names are on them. They are just very, very hard to read if you look at the label that's on the bottom, but I have all of them. And I'm going to use the Real Techniques Medium Sculpting. I like these because they are very blendable. I was not a huge fan of the Putty bronzer. These are great. These tend to last. Do a little blush draping. Yeah, I like that you can build these up. You can make them as intense as you want them to be. I am going to take a little of my apples. So yeah, love this blush. Like I said, I have all the shades, and Juicy Jazz was the reason I bought this. Up next, for anyone in our Discord group, this is probably the most iconic cult item in our group. Emily Hanhan is the reason that I picked up Chimera, which is a hot cream highlight from Ritual Defeat. I'll show it to you there. Let me swatch it. My only complaint with Ritual Defeat is that dadgum smell. From what I understand, it's lavender oil, but it is strong. But I mean, it's the most beautiful highlight ever. It's so beautiful. I like it because it doesn't have a lot of base pigment to it, and it just looks wet. So I'm going to tap it on. I got a little on my finger. I probably shouldn't do it on this side because of my little boo-boo there, but it is majestic. And I just take my beauty blender and tap it in. If you do not like a blinding highlight, I don't suggest this. It is a great highlighter for all skin types because of the texture. And as you can see, I'm putting it over powder and it's still blending in beautifully. I'm going to take my blush brush and just kind of go over the top of it. Now, depending on the foundation, it can disturb the foundation underneath if it's a matte foundation, but that's true with any matte foundation. But this one, not as much as the rest. And Emily Hanhan is definitely the reason I bought this. I'm gonna throw on a little wing, and then we're gonna talk about mascara. Throw on a pencil that I got in my Ipsy. It is by Lovecraft Beauty, called Radical. Really like it. Nice and green. Okay, I finished up my eyes with the Lethal palette. I put a little straight to VHS on my brow bone and my inner corner. Next up is a product that just didn't live up to the hype for me, but Nakia Joy is the reason I tried the viral Maybelline Sky High mascara. Now, it does not live up to the hype for my top lashes. However, it is a very good bottom lash mascara. Y'all know I wear false lashes, but this is very good for a bottom lash. It's got one of those very bendy plastic pokey wands, but it makes it good for bottom lashes. So yeah, bought this because of Nakia Joy. Love it for the bottom lashes though. Okay, let me zoom you in to show you these. I have pretty long bottom lash. Let me fix these other lashes. So yeah, not a big fan for the upper lashes, but then again, I don't really need it to work for the upper lashes if I'm using falsies. So okay, and the last made me buy it is going to be the Maybelline Lifter Gloss. And this was a product that Jackie Ina made me purchase. This is supposed to be a dupe for Fenty Diamond Milk, and I have Fenty Diamond Milk and can confirm this is almost an exact dupe in consistency and in color. So I put on some Rimmel called Cappuccino and a lighter one called Innocence, and I'm going to apply the gloss. So here's the gloss, and it's very thick. in a good way, in a way that it's going to stay. It just gives a really nice sheen, I guess you'd say, but it's very goopy. It's got this big doe foot and does give the appearance of a little bit more fuller lips because of the sheen, the highlight in it, but it's not glittery. So it has been a fave and Jackie made me buy it. Alright, that's going to be it for today, you guys. Let me know what YouTubers made you buy what, or if there's anything here that also swayed you to make a purchase. I could do a ton of these, so let me know if you want to see another one in the future. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you have not already. I have a lot of lurkers apparently, so make sure you hit the subscribe button. I love you guys. As always, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and I will see you next time.